So we specifically hire older adults to be our caregivers. And that means you've got a caregiver who's somebody you can relate to, has some life experience that's similar to yours, you enjoy hanging out with. And so it really, the other unique part of that is we really focus on relationship. We're not just here to do chores and tasks or get the job done. We're here to connect with you and know how you are today and where you are today and what you want to talk about. And then we'll do all these other things too. But that's really the core of what Seniors Helping Seniors is all about.
When compassion meets entrepreneurship, the result is a business that changes lives one senior at a time. Hello and welcome to Talking with Terry TV. I am your host, Terry Cardula. In today's Business Spotlight, where we highlight bold entrepreneurs who make a real impact, we are joined by a compassionate leader redefining senior care with a heart-centered service that creates meaningful relationships that empowers seniors to thrive. Welcome, Coleen Elliott.
Thank you, Terry. So fun to be here.
I'm so excited. So take us back to when you started this company and tell us the journey that it took to get there.
Yeah, I have a huge heart for seniors, and I love helping people stay connected and engaged and safe aging at home. If that is your goal, if you want to stay home, we want to help. And so I've spent my whole career in the healthcare space, really starting with right out of college. I was an administrator in senior living communities. And so now working with seniors again is kind of coming full circle for me. And in the middle, I worked in large healthcare systems, hospital systems, physician practices. I worked in senior living and home health and hospice, and really realized that there's a gap in our system for people that want to stay home and need help with the day-to-day challenges as they age, just to be able to live at home. So home care was really a perfect fit for me.
I love
and
it.
a way to bring all that together,
You know, back in the day, I worked at the nursing home.
You did.
And I tell you, it was one of my favorite jobs. I was probably a sophomore or a junior in high school. And I had like some of the most amazing experiences. Sadly, you realize how people don't visit a lot, and so a lot of times they thought I was there. I would come down I worked in the kitchen, but I would always come down and meet with the seniors, and it was always interesting because they would think that I'm their granddaughter or their, whatever. And I just never corrected them because I'm like, you know what?
It's a great gift to them.
I know. Right? And so I have some of my favorite memories.
Yes.
And I've actually written some of the stories about them. It's just great. So I love it. Fun. I love that you're doing this because it's so needed.
Yes.
Yeah,
and I really feel like, our model is all about connection and relationship. And so, when you work with Seniors Helping Seniors, you get a team that's helping you navigate really tough moments, but then you get a caregiver that's there, someone you really like spending time with, that you connect with, that you can share your stories with and have fun with and find moments of joy with. And so it's really a great model. And for me, it is this full circle where I love systems thinking, so I get to focus on this big system challenge of how do we help people age in place. I love being involved in community, and there's this whole community of resources that are out there working to help seniors. And I get to meet all of these interesting people and their families and be with them on their journey in some really tough, challenging moments, but be a resource for them. And it's really a blessing.
I love it. So was there ever a personal experience or moment that became the catalyst in stepping into this space?
So, I fully understand the challenge of how do we help our parents and our loved ones who are aging, and even helping people from a distance. So I grew up in the Midwest. My parents
Me too.
Still there, really?
Yeah.
Grew up in Ohio.
Okay, I'm a Kansas girl.
Okay.
We consider that Midwest, but other people don't consider that Midwest. I don't know. Is Kansas Midwest for you?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
like
good.
right there on the border,
I know.
right?
Just curious.
But so I understand the challenges of, even that long distance support and how hard that is. I have a lot of family back there that are able to help my parents, but I want to be involved and connected and engaged in helping too, and it's tough. And so, when we started Seniors Helping Seniors, it was about, okay, I believe, if I put that out there in the world, and we are helping people here in Colorado who need support, and maybe their families aren't there or don't know where to begin. We can step into that, and I believe if we put that love out there and we're taking care of people, it's going to come back around, and hopefully there's people to take care of my loved ones when they need it as well. So, but I get those pulls on the heart and how challenging the whole scenario is, and I went through also a really tough time earlier this year. My dad passed away earlier this year, and we had to step into that whole, we brought him home with hospice care and 24-hour care and an amazing family around him all the time. And I kept thinking, wow, this is hard. This is really challenging, and I know how all this works.
Yeah.
I know what steps to take. I know how to reach out to people. I know what to expect. I know what to change. And so many people don't, and so it just reinforced for me how important this is and how much I want to help people navigate that.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear about your loss. That's
Thank you.
So sad, right?
Yeah.
And you're right. Like, you are very blessed because you know the ins and outs of the system, but so many people don't.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm happy to be a resource for people.
Yeah.
I spent a potential client yesterday who called asking about it. I'm thinking about taking my mom home who's on hospice care, and I'm trying to understand what that looks like. And I was able to share, here's all the ins and outs. Here's all the things you should consider. Here's what you'll need to have. Here's where it's really hard, and here's, where it's really beautiful. And, here's my experience. And whatever way you go, whatever decision you make, do what's best for your family.
Exactly.
But I'm happy to brainstorm with anybody about that and talk through it.
So when you think about your services, because I feel like that there's multiple layers, can you just kind of go through the services that you provide just for clarity on mine? Because senior care is a big umbrella.
For sure. Yes.
So what specifically
do we do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Seniors Helping Seniors, we're all about helping care for people in their homes. Mm-hmm. But it's this huge range of services. And I think one of the things I've really learned is how wide-ranging that is. And it's really been eye-opening to me because we do everything from, we have clients who want to get out and keep doing the things they've always enjoyed doing. Yeah. So they want to go to the rec center, they want to go listen to music, they want to grab coffee or go walk around their favorite lake. And so, but they need help to do that. So we help them do that. We take them there. We provide a companion for them to have with them. But we also have clients who are more homebound and need help with all the day-to-day stuff to stay safe and having someone check in on them. So we do laundry, we can do light housekeeping, we plan meals and prepare meals, make sure they're eating fresh food, that their refrigerator's cleaned out, that they're staying hydrated, and just having a meal with them is really nice so they're not, always eating alone, and that helps people to eat more and engage more. And we have clients who are maybe suffering from chronic illness, so Parkinson's disease or kidney failure, or maybe recovering from strokes or a hospital stay or a fall, and so they need some more intense care short term.
Okay.
They maybe need help getting dressed, getting out of bed, taking a shower, doing their exercises. So we help support all those things too. We support clients and families who are living with dementia. And that is a huge focus for us because it's challenging, it's full of anxiety for people, and it's also, there are great moments of fun and joy to help people keep having. And so we are there to support that person with structure. We're there to support the family to give them a break so they can do other things they want to do and enjoy doing, enjoy doing, so they keep taking care of themselves.
Yeah.
And then we help people who are facing end of life and are going through that journey and maybe need round the clock care, maybe they're bed bound and need comfort care, healing touch, people there to support them and their family so that their family can just stay focused on enjoying those moments
Yeah.
with them. So it's this huge range of services,
Yeah, it's
right?
huge. And it feels very holistic, and it feels very encompassing for pretty much any stage, any age and stage in there.
Yeah, and we want to do that. We want to give that focus because you know what? You never know when those things are going to happen.
Yeah.
You don't know when your care needs are going to change, and so we're going to ebb and flow and increase care, decrease care, change the care plan, partner with you and your family to help you on this journey.
Well, and I saw you sent me some video of you guys playing bingo too. So it sounds like you guys also do some activity planning as well. I mean, that looks so much fun.
Yeah, it was a blast. It was actually at the Thornton Rec Center, and they were doing music bingo, and so we were there to help sponsor and support. And
I love it.
It was a blast. It was a great way for people to get out of the heat and have some fun, and and so we want to bring, there are lots of moments of joy and laughter to help keep bringing to people.
That's fantastic. So what makes helping seniors different from other senior care models?
Yeah, I love our model, and our clients love it too. So we specifically hire older adults to be our caregivers. And that means you've got a caregiver who's somebody you can relate to, has some life experience that's similar to yours, you enjoy hanging out with. And so it really, the other unique part of that is we really focus on relationship. We're not just here to do chores and tasks or get the job done. We're here to connect with you and know how you are today and where you are today and what you want to talk about. And then we'll do all these other things too. Yeah. But that's really the core of what Seniors Helping Seniors is all about. And it's really what pulled me in, because I also love that we're creating this great working opportunity for older adults.
Right? Because because sometimes people want to have that sense of purpose by being able to help and give back, and they can't get hired because they're too old. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
When I worked in the nursing home, I will tell you, I was probably, 16 to 17 years old. My coworkers, I had 3 coworkers. One was 80, one was 79, and one was 82.
Love that.
And it was fantastic. I mean, it was a hoot and a half, right?
Yeah.
But they loved, and their piece was like, you know what, this helps, I can serve, and so I see the value in that.
Exactly.
It's very powerful.
It is. And it's
not
great for the whole community.
And not very many people are doing that model, right?
It's very true. And so people that are it's hard to get a job, or maybe you need some more flexible hours or shorter shifts if you want. We have a lot of part-time caregivers. We have full-time as well. Yeah. But they love the work, and they know they're making a difference every day. It's also
beautiful.
Challenging work. Yeah. You can have some really tough days, but our focus is we want this to be a great work experience for you. Yeah. You're not alone. We're always on call. We're offering education, support. And some of my caregivers are a blast and fun and so experienced. And I'll tell you, I had at the senior center the other day, one of them, we had an exchange, and we were talking about some great training she did. She went in with a family that was struggling and going to do some care for their loved one themselves, and they're like, we just need to know what to do and how to do it. So she trained them to teach them how to do it. And we were having this great exchange, and she offered me, honestly, it made me feel so great. She's like, I love working with this company because everybody here really cares and is really about figuring out what each person needs and doing what they need. And I was like, that's what we're all about.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's the greatest compliment, right? Because that's not only just what you're doing, but it's also the company culture.
Exactly.
Right? And when you have a reputation of that type of company culture, it's a great place to work, and people, that news spreads fast. Right. And so you will always find people that want to come in and serve in that capacity to help support a great company, do great things.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come right back.
I'm Karen Zupa, founder of Complete Business Accounting. We're not your typical accounting firm. At Complete Business Accounting, we partner with you to make sense of your numbers so you can grow with confidence. From strategic bookkeeping to fractional CFO support, we provide the structure, insight, and clarity your business needs to thrive. You don't start a business to be worried about your finances. And with Complete Business Accounting, you won't have to be. Let's move your business forward. Visit cbaccounting.net to get started.
Friends don't let friends shop for health insurance alone, especially online with a bottle of wine. Skip the spammy calls, endless emails, confusing options. We've got you covered, literally. I'm Deb Salmons with Imagine Choice Customized Health Solutions. No more guesswork. We shop the best plans for you with lower rates the healthier you are. We personalize your plans with confidential information and it's hassle-free. Let us take the stress off your plate so you can focus on what matters most. Imagine Choice, health insurance with a human touch.
And we are back with Coleen Elliott with Seniors Helping Seniors. So share with us a time that was probably one of the most rewarding or transformational times in working with some of the seniors you've worked with.
Yeah, we have so many, really. That's why we do what we do every day. I would share one story that was great about someone who ended up graduating out of our care, really. She needed to move to be closer to her family and so to a city that she wasn't comfortable with, and she reached out and she wanted someone to help her find where to get coffee, where to go to the rec center, what are the walks I want to do, doing some errands. And she had some health issues too, and so she had some ups and downs days, and she ended up having hip surgery, and we were able to help her through that, and she recovered and she got stronger, and after a year she was able to get to a place of, I love my caregivers, I love what you've been doing for us, and I don't feel like I need this anymore right now. So
I love it.
Yeah, that was great. And so those are, we don't always get those awesome experiences, but they're all amazing experiences. And we've also had people, one of my first clients was someone who was facing end of life, and the family reached out so we could help provide support for their dad so he could stay living in the assisted living apartment with his wife and not have to move somewhere else. So we were able to come in and provide the extra care that he needed there. And he did pass away. And then, a year and a half later, when that family was facing that same scenario with their mom, they reached back out to us and said, we so appreciated your care and you were there for us, and can you step up again? Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's beautiful and heartwarming, and we're so happy to be there for people.
Okay. You started it. But it's powerful, right? Because those moments matter, right? And to be able to stay in your home and be able to live your life to the fullest, even up to that very last moment, by just having the more resources in place, because not everybody is fortunate to be able to have that, right?
Right. It's true.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's
beautiful work that you do.
It's
beautiful work that you do.
Yeah, our caregivers are rock stars and amazing and offer just great comfort, and it is wonderful when we hear from our families that it helped give them that support.
Yeah. And for them to come back and say,
Yeah.
please do it again, right?
Yeah.
That says something about, the quality of work that you guys do, because not everyone returns the services, right?
Right.
So, what's been the biggest misconceptions that families have when it comes to in-home senior care, and how do you help them navigate that?
Yeah. Well, I think one of the biggest challenges people have is just accepting the care and not really understanding what the options are and what it means. And so people resist care. Their family members are resisting care. They don't really know what they need. They just know they need some support, and they're worn out and they're struggling and they think their options are limited. So we can really come in and help create strategies. If somebody came in twice a day, every day, would that make a difference? Or maybe it's 3 days a week, or maybe we're discovering, after some analysis and evaluation, overnights is really what the challenge is. So we help develop those strategies with them and create a whole system around them. So there's not a set number of hours, it doesn't mean it has to be forever either. It can change. And then I think the thing older adults struggle with, or seniors are struggling with, is if I bring in someone to help me, I'm going to lose my abilities, because they say if you stop doing it yourself, you go downhill. And while that's true, the less you do, the faster you may decline.
Yeah.
It's also okay to get some support and help and engagement, because it's also proven that the more isolation you have, the more your cognitive abilities start to decline. And so connecting with someone else, even if you don't have to have a lot of help, but knowing you have that engagement, or someone that's going downstairs to do the laundry so you don't have to go down those rickety stairs into the basement and take that risk every day of a fall.
Yeah.
If we can just take that task away, you know, that's going to improve your safety. So it's really helping people kind of overcome some of those fears and concerns and realize we're here to build the strategy that works for you.
Yeah, and it sounds like there's a lot of fluidity, right, with it.
Absolutely.
And so it can change as people change and evolve and all of that. Yeah.
That's our model.
Yeah.
Because we know people, like I said, you don't know
Yeah.
when this might happen or things might change. And if we can evolve with you, we will.
And what would you say to people? Because I have a friend right now that's actually going through this right now. She's in a different state, and she's really struggling with her parents, but her parents are resistant.
Yeah.
They have the insurance in place to actually have coverage, and they are just combating her with it. And she is like about to lose her mind. Like, seriously.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
And so when we offered to people, you know, we'll chat with them. We'll, you know, take that pressure off of you because it's amazing sometimes, you know, love my mom. She's amazing. She's strong. She's a rock star. She's fiercely independent, and she is not going to listen to my advice.
Yeah.
But she might listen to others, you know, and so having somebody else just that would talk with them, that's what we always say, there's no pressure. We'll have this conversation. We'll talk about those little things that might make a difference. And if it doesn't work out, for us, we don't have any kind of long-term commitment. So people can say, oh, this really wasn't valuable to me, and so I don't want to do it anymore. And that sometimes helps people just trying to have, you know, ease into all of those steps. But, you know, the advice that I give people is reach out sooner rather than later, because having those conversations is really important. And if you need someone else to help you have the conversations, then do that, because when you're facing an emergency situation where, you know, maybe your loved ones can't even say what they would like to have, then that's really tough. And your time gets limited then. You know, you might have to make a choice right away, and it's not really what you wanted. It's not really what your parents wanted. And so as hard as it is, having those conversations early and just talking about the what ifs.
Yeah, because then you can kind of game plan and, game plan A and plan B, and
exactly.
Here we are. Yeah.
You know, and listening. My mom would never tell me that she'd be okay with going to, you know, a certain place, but I can listen for the places I know she's visited her friends and likes, you know, and just pay attention to that too.
Yeah,
so
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
How do you empower, speaking of that independence, how do you empower your clients to maintain that independence while receiving support?
Yeah, so we're there to say, what can you do? What do you want to do? You know, okay, we can help you get dressed today. Do you want to pick out what you're wearing? Can you do everything but you can't button because you know you've got some neuropathy in your hands, or you can't tie your shoes? Then we'll do that for you. If you're more tired today and you need us to do the whole thing, we'll do that. But if you're doing it on your own and you don't need our support, we're there to encourage that. We've had a lot of people, things like cooking, you know, they actually enjoy cooking and making fresh foods, but it's just too much to do that all themselves, and the movement that you have to have in the kitchen sometimes. So it's like, well, what if we do it together? You know, you still tell us, what do you want to cook? What are the ingredients? Tell me exactly what to do, you know, but I'll go over there and get the things out of the cupboard or out of the refrigerator, so that we're keeping people really involved in the whole process.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Can you share one golden piece of wisdom you've learned while working with seniors that could apply to our own lives?
Yeah, you know, that's a great question. And we spend a lot of time in interviewing and in training, talking to people about active listening skills and how important that is when we're with our seniors. And I always think, well, that's a really important skill set for all of us to have. And so I think that advice is be present. Be in the moment, and know that, you know, when you have the opportunity to be focused on the person you're with and they're focused on you, what a gift that is for you and for them. And so we can all just be more present in the moments in our lives.
I love it. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
What's the next thing for the company?
Oh, well, continued growth, you know, serve more seniors, as many as we can, and provide more caregivers with great work opportunities. You know, we're already have served over 100 clients in the Boulder and Broomfield County areas in just 2 years in, and there's so much more need out there. So we'll keep growing, and also want to keep looking at what's innovative, what can we do with technology to help support our seniors in their homes. Nothing's going to replace that one-on-one care, but there are so many tools and technologies that are coming out that you can monitor how people are doing, when they have, what their needs are. We've seen a lot of changes in healthcare, right? It's a lot of progress has been made, a lot more to come, but you have the ability to monitor your blood pressure and your blood sugar and different things, and then share that with your doctor from your home. So how can we use those tools to find out when do you struggle during the day? When does someone living with dementia get more confused and get more scared and start to move or leave the home or wander more? So if technology can help us to create that more comprehensive plan and improve communications,
and safety too.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
We all want to know how our loved ones are doing, and there are so many different ways, video and different things you can use to stay in touch. So yeah, I want to leverage more and more of that.
Well, good for you for being innovative and utilizing technology to our advantage to really help not replace, but add to the services that you're already providing.
Yeah,
so I love it. Coleen, this has been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the work that you do and the seniors that you're supporting on so many different levels. Like, I think we all need to tap into your resources when we have aging parents that are really needing your services. So before we wrap up, where can people reach out and connect with you?
Yes. So if you want to get online, you can find our website and learn a lot more about us. That's at shsbouldercounty.com. Also, always feel free to just give us a phone call, and we're happy to talk through things with you. You can reach us at 720-551-4444.
Thank you so much. And if this has sparked an interest in you, tell us in the comments and share it with a friend, especially someone who is navigating senior care decisions for a loved one. And remember, be bold, be brave, be fearless, be the magic of you. Massive love, and we'll see you on the next Business Spotlight. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell to find out about my upcoming shows. Thank you for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time.